The day they fired me to save money was the day their entire company began to collapse.
Nothing personal, Noah, Marcus said, smoothing his custom tie. 3 new graduates cost the same as you. It's just business. Just business. 18 years of my life, my loyalty, my expertise, all boiled down to a number on a spreadsheet. I stared at the termination papers, 4 months of severance. A polite, empty smile from HR, a handshake colder than the boardroom air. They expected me to break down, to yell, to beg for my job. But I didn't. I just packed a single box with my personal items and walked out. What they didn't realize was that I was taking the most valuable thing in that building with me, my knowledge. They hadn't just fired an engineer. They had fired the only person who understood the custom code, the hidden fail-safes, and the complex architecture holding their entire real estate empire together. 2 weeks later, I was sitting on my deck, watching the sunset over Silverstone Lake, when my phone started buzzing relentlessly. Marcus, Vanessa from HR, the panicked junior IT team, even Carolyn from the board. The tenant portal had crashed. Payment processing was completely dead. Maintenance requests were stuck in an infinite loop. Thousands of residents couldn't pay their rent. My wife, Meredith, looked at me and asked gently, "You're not going back, are you?" I took a sip of my bourbon. "No," I said. "I'm not fixing something they broke on purpose. They made a business decision. Now they were about to learn the true cost of it." The calls got more and more desperate. On day 3, it was, "Noah, please, our systems are collapsing." By day 4, they were offering me $300 an hour. The next day, it was $500 an hour with a guaranteed minimum of 20 hours. But they still didn't get it. This was never about the money. It was about respect. It was about my value. They chose younger, cheaper engineers. Now they could pay the real price for that choice. Then an email landed in my inbox that made me laugh out loud. It was from Horizon's biggest rival, Meridian Solutions. Their CTO, Jackson Meridian, wanted to meet. Over coffee, he laid it all out. "We need someone who builds systems that last, not just quick fixes. We want you, Chief Systems Architect. Full benefits, equity, and a salary 20% higher than your old one." I had to ask, "What made you choose me?" He just smirked. "Because Horizon tried to replace you with 3 kids fresh out of school, and now their entire platform is on fire." I accepted on the spot. A few weeks later, my doorbell rang. It was Marcus. His expensive suit was wrinkled, his glasses were crooked, and pure panic was written all over his face. "No, everything is failing. All of it. We need you, please." I just leaned against my doorframe. "That sounds unfortunate," I said calmly. "Unfortunate?" He snapped back. "We lost 3 years of financial data." I shrugged. "That tends to happen when you fire the one person who actually understands the system." He was desperate. "We'll match Meridian's offer, plus a bonus." "Name your number," but I just shook my head. "It's not about numbers, Marcus. It's about respect. Something you never had from me," and I closed the door. My new role at Meridian was incredible. But then things got strange. Footprints under my office window. My car was broken into. A threatening text. "Back off the Harrington contract or suffer the consequences." Harrington Estates was Horizon's biggest client, and rumor had it they were about to jump ship to us. Suddenly it all made sense. Horizon wasn't just collapsing. It was imploding, and they were desperate enough to try sabotaging me and Meridian. But I wasn't scared. Because unlike them, our systems were built to withstand an attack. Jackson called me into his office. "Harrington Estates wants us to take over their entire portfolio. 12,000 units. If we pull this off, we surpass Horizon. If we fail, it crushes us." The timeline? 3 months. I just smiled. "Let's do it." We worked day and night, but halfway through we found malware on our servers. Sabotage from one of Horizon's partners. So we turned it against them. We fed them fake vulnerabilities, decoy diagrams, and phantom weak points. They took the bait, attacked our decoys, and we locked them out for good. The final blow came when we learned Horizon was trying to sell the company, but no one wanted to buy a business with collapsing systems, no one except us. Meridian acquired Horizon for a fraction of its worth. And guess who Jackson put in charge of integrating the 2 companies? I walked back into my old building, now under the Meridian banner, and looked at the faces of the people who thought I was obsolete. Marcus was long gone, fired and under investigation. The rest of my old colleagues? They were just relieved to see me. Months later, my doorbell rang again. It was Marcus. Thinner, sadder, humbled. He told me he was consulting for small startups now, trying to build systems that last. He wanted my guidance. I looked at the man who fired me, who begged on my porch. "Class starts next month," I said. "I'm teaching it at the Technical Education Division." He looked shocked. "You'd let me attend?" I told him, "The goal was never revenge, Marcus. It was about building things the right way." The next morning, I saw the class was full. My new beginning wasn't about getting even. It was about becoming everything they said I wasn't. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like and subscribe for more.